fifth graders, so today is Monday, if you are watching this right when I post it, April 6th, and we do not have any new lessons today, no new learning. However, it would be a great day to go through your lessons and make sure you are up to date in reading and math. So in reading, make sure you've done all your responses with your book club book. Make sure if you haven't finished your first fantasy book club book that you finish that up. We're going to talk about that in just a minute or two. For math, make sure you have finished your math pages. If you haven't, make sure you finish those up, take pictures of them. If you finished them but haven't taken pictures, upload those to your Google slide. Make sure you do that so I can check you off. Otherwise, no new lessons today. I have a video here this morning to introduce you to our new fantasy book clubs. So you should be finishing up your books. You and your parents are going to be receiving some information from school, from Valley View, from Ms. Poznansky, soon about coming in and bringing your first fantasy book club book and trading it out for a new one. We are also going to give you some new math materials. So I was at school on Friday. I have a bag, a Ziploc bag for each of you with your name on it. It has a home connections book, a student book for math, and a new fantasy book. I kept the fantasy groups mostly the same. Only 2 of you had to switch groups, and that is because of just the number of books that we had. So for your fantasy book clubs, a reminder, try and on those Google pages, read through what the other members of your group have written, because that can help you do a response. You can add on, you can make changes, say, oh, I think it really meant this. Don't delete anything, but you can certainly add on, just like if you were sitting next to someone and you were like, oh, I don't know, I maybe think that this is what that meant. So remember to do that. For our second round of book clubs, we will be starting probably on Thursday or Friday. So you still have a couple of days. If you're done with your first book club book and you're waiting to start the new one, I would listen to The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe or Thief of Always. Make sure you're listening to that and do your responses based on those, or you can read a book of your choosing. That's up to you. So here are our new book club books. I'm not going to tell you who gets what. That's going to be a surprise when you get your bag. I chose because that's just what we had to do with this virtual learning. But they're all really great books, and I think you'll enjoy them all. So here's the first one. The first one is Tuck Everlasting by Natalie Babbitt, and this was in our first round as well. I'm going to read the back to you. Timeless, flawless, exciting. Is eternal life a blessing or a curse? That is what young Winnie Foster must decide when she discovers a spring on her family's property whose waters grant immortality. Members of the Tuck family have drunk from the spring, tell Willie of their experiences watching life go by and never growing older. But then Winnie must decide whether or not to keep the Tuck secret and whether or not to join them on their never-ending journey. So that's Tuck Everlasting, if you get that one. Really great book. Our second book is The Tale of Despereaux by Kate DiCamillo. Some of you may have read or heard this one before, and that's okay. If you get a book that you've already read, that's all right. It's great to reread books, and remember, we're looking at those books through our fantasy lens, so you're doing those writing prompts and that thinking based on all your new learning about fantasy. So it is all right if you get a book that you have already read before. Don't worry about it. The Tale of Despereaux. I love this one. This is the story of Despereaux Tilling, a mouse in love with music, stories, and a princess named Pete. It is also the story of a rat called Roscuro, who lives in darkness but covets a world filled with light. And it is the story of Midgery So, a slow-witted serving girl with a simple, impossible wish. These characters are about to embark on a journey that will lead them down into a horrible dungeon, up into a glittering castle, and ultimately into each other's lives. And what happens then? Readers, it is your destiny to find out. So that's The Tale of Despereaux. Enjoy. Our next book is Wings of Fire, The Dragon Net Prophecy. I'm going to be reading this one today. The dragon nets are coming to save the day. Clay has lived his whole life under the mountain. The mud-wing dragonette knows that war is raging between the dragon tribes and the world outside, a war that he and 4 other dragonettes are destined to end, according to the mysterious prophecy they've been taught. The 5 chosen dragonettes were stolen from their homes while they were still in their eggs and hidden away for years, all to fulfill the prophecy. But not every dragonette wants a destiny, and when danger threatens one of their own, Clay and his friends may choose freedom over fate, leave the mountain, and set the dragon world on a course that no one could have predicted. And this is a series, so if you like this one and want to read some more, there's some additional books on the back. And our final book club book is The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell. Alex and Connor Bailey's world is about to change. When the twins' grandmother gives them a treasured fairy tale book, they have no idea they're about to enter a land beyond all imagining. The land of stories, where fairy tales are real. So that's The Land of Stories. This one I'm going to be reading this weekend as well. I haven't read this one yet. Okay, so there are your 4 books: Tuck Everlasting, The Tale of Despero, Land of Stories, and Wings of Fire. You will be getting one of those in a bag with new math books. The new math books you won't need until probably the beginning of May. So again, moms and dads will be getting some information about coming to pick up those books. Hopefully I'll be at Valley View, and maybe I'll see some of you during those pickup times and we can wave hello. I'd love to see your faces. All right, 5th graders, have a great day. I have some meetings today, Monday, so I won't be available on my computer all day long, but feel free to send me an email, submit any work that you're missing, and I'll get back to you to try and answer any questions that you have as quick as I'm able to. Have a great day.